Let's talk about what I'm calling our nickel and diming culture, because at this point, it feels like it's gotten completely out of control. And the thing is, it's not happening in a vacuum. It's happening at the exact same time everything already costs more than it ever has. Groceries, utilities, insurance, rent, repairs, pick a category. Prices are up, and there's no sign of them drifting back down. So when companies start tacking on little fees, little subscriptions, little value packages, you feel it more than ever. It's not subtle, it's not ignorable, it hits. And it's everywhere. We've somehow slid into this world where everything requires a subscription, not just entertainment, not just software, everything. Car washes now want a monthly fee. You can't just get your AC fixed, you have to sit through a pitch for a quarterly maintenance plan. One bug eradication call turns into a lifetime membership you never asked for. And the pitch is always the same. It's actually more economical for you. Sure, maybe, but it's definitely more economical for them. Even utilities, basic, unavoidable services are loaded with add-on fees, service fee, delivery fee, regulatory fee, administrative fee. Let's be real, these aren't fees, they're taxes disguised as service, but that's a rant for another day. Then there's tipping culture. We've reached a point where the tablet spins around and asks for 20% before anyone has even handed you anything. You can't buy a bottle of water without being prompted to tip someone who didn't even touch the bottle. And the social pressure is real. You feel like a villain if you hit no tip, even when the situation makes no sense. And right next to tipping culture is its cousin, rounding up for charity. Every checkout line, every self-checkout screen, every cart. Would you like to round up to support this children's charity? And look, supporting kids is great. Supporting any good cause is great. But the way it's presented, it's engineered guilt. If you say no, it feels like you're announcing to the world that you hate children, like you're some kind of monster who can't spare 50 cents. But here's the part nobody talks about. You're not donating directly to the charity. You're donating through a corporation that then gets to take the tax write-off for your money. They get the PR boost, they get the goodwill, they get the marketing points. You get a moment of social pressure and a lighter wallet. It's just another tiny financial drip that adds up over time, wrapped in a moral dilemma you didn't ask for. Streaming services, they started as a great idea. One service, everything you want, simple. But then every company decided they needed their own exclusive content. So instead of one service, you now need five. And each one keeps raising prices while offering less. Ads are creeping back in. The whole thing is looped around and become cable again, except somehow more expensive. And here's the part that gets me. Pennies add up fast. Individually, none of these things seem catastrophic. A $5 fee here, a $12 subscription there, a $3 processing charge, a $15 monthly add-on. But stack them, layer them, let them hit your bank account every month. Suddenly you're bleeding money without even realizing where it's going. It's death by 1,000 microtransactions. Now, I get some of it. When I worked in pest control, we were literally told that these recurring services were designed to keep us employed. And honestly, that made sense. People need jobs. Companies need predictable revenue. I'm not against stability. I'm not against people making a living. But at what point are we just moving money from point A to point B because we've built a system that demands constant motion? At what point does the cycle stop being about value and start being about momentum? When does it become a loop where nobody can get ahead because every dollar is already spoken for before you even earn it? And this ties directly into something bigger that's been creeping in quietly, the shift from ownership to access. We're transitioning from being owners to being permanent renters of our own lives. You can't just buy something anymore. You have to subscribe to it. And that's not an accident. Companies figured out that selling you something once is good, but charging you forever is better. It's happening with software, with entertainment, with cars, with appliances, with tools, with media, with basic household items. Even things that used to be simple one-time purchases now come with premium access tiers, extended service plans, or membership-only features. We're being nudged, sometimes even shoved into a world where nothing is truly ours. We're just borrowing it indefinitely as long as we keep paying. And the psychological shift is subtle but real. Ownership gives you stability, access gives you convenience, until it doesn't. Because access can be revoked, access can be changed, access can be repriced, access can be bundled, access can be taken away the moment you stop paying. And companies love that. It keeps you dependent, it keeps you locked in, it keeps you from ever reaching a point where you can say, okay, I'm done paying for this. It's like we're being conditioned to accept a future where everything in our lives is on loan from a corporation. And that's not just expensive, it's exhausting. And the psychological toll is real. It's exhausting to constantly evaluate things. Do I need this? Will I use this? Is it worth it? What happens if I cancel? What other hidden fees am I missing? It's like every decision now comes with homework. And the cycle keeps feeding itself. Companies see other companies doing it, so they adopt the same model. Then consumers get used to it, so companies push it further. And before you know it, the baseline expectation is that everything in your life should be billed monthly. So yeah, I'm calling it what it is, a nickel and diming culture, a culture where the small stuff isn't small anymore because it's everywhere, all the time, stacked on top of rising costs that were already suffocating to begin with. And unless something changes, unless enough people push back, this is just going to keep expanding. More subscriptions, more fees, more value packages, more pressure to tip, more fragmentation of services, more everything. And at some point, we have to ask, are we actually getting more value, or are we just trapped in a system that keeps inventing new ways to charge us for the same things we used to get without all the friction? Because right now, it feels like one big, long, never-ending cycle. And I'm getting tired of this new normal. Aren't you?